Controversial opinion, but the Creator Search Insights is trash. You are not going to go viral just because you use this feature. I know I'm not the only one that thinks everyone who is saying that you will go viral using this feature on TikTok is ridiculous, because it's not going to work for everyone. Hi, and welcome back to day 36 of 100 social media tips. The Creator Search Insights is a new feature for TikTok. Essentially, it's a feature designed to help creators understand what their audience is searching for, and it also shows you topics that are within a content gap, but also searched by followers. On the surface, these sound super helpful, right? Let's break down why they might not be as beneficial as they seem. 1. Content gap feature. The content gap feature is supposed to show you topics that are being searched for but don't have a lot of content created around them. The idea that by filling these gaps, you can attract more viewers. However, this feature has some significant drawbacks. First of all, just because there's a content gap doesn't mean there's a demand for the content. The algorithm might identify gaps based on search volume, but it doesn't necessarily understand the context or why there's a gap. It could be that these gaps exist because the content isn't engaging or relevant to your audience. Think about it. If these topics were genuinely interesting or valuable, wouldn't more creators already be making content about them? The absence of content can sometimes be a signal that this topic isn't worth pursuing, rather than being an untapped goldmine. 2. Search by followers feature. This feature shows you what your followers are searching for. The idea is that by knowing what interests your followers has, you can tailor your content to their needs. But here's the catch. This feature can be misleading. Your followers might search for a variety of reasons that have nothing to do with the type of content you create. They could be searching for trending challenges, popular sounds, or even completely unrelated topics. Basing your content strategy on this feature alone isn't going to be useful. And if you're creating content solely based on what your followers are searching for, it can turn your content into just a generic mix of trends, and it can strip away your unique voice and creativity, rather than something that truly represents your brand or business. I looked at the Creator Search Insights for myself, but also for all the other businesses I work with. Every time I checked it out, it would be within a different niche or industry. And let me just show you how ridiculous some of it is. For example, when you think of a mortgage broker, what comes to mind? Finance, home, maybe property, mortgage. So you think that the trending topics and the Creator Search Insights would be similar? No. Girl styles, Airbnb staycation, books to get, history mysteries, cute things to make. It would rarely show suggested ideas that are actually relevant. And when we go into the content gap, regular show guitar riff scene. Are you kidding me? This function does not serve for this niche. If this business just got this hack and listened to what everyone else is saying and created content around this, why isn't it showing me these viral ideas for my next post as a mortgage broker business? You want more examples? When you think of a gym or fitness, what comes to mind? Sport? Exercise, gym, workouts, boxing, the list goes on. But for a niche that people think that is so saturated, you would think it would also really understand what is popular within the industry. No, Jiu-Jitsu chronicles, football tricks, history mysteries, fast and furious cars, make it make sense. And a content gap is apparently German Shepherd dogs. Yeah, ridiculous. What about a tattoo artist? Specifically in the anime and Japanese style. You would think art, anime, manga, Japanese, tattoo designs, anything. Wrong. Biggest empires in histories, or cats are liquid. Sometimes it does make sense, but honestly, a lot of the time it doesn't. I think my favorite one of all was when the Creator Search Insights recommended Sing 3 as a content gap for my own brand and business. But I'm not gonna lie, it feels like people are just getting paid to talk about how great this new feature is. But I get it. You gotta get that TikTok revenue. You gotta make the views somehow, but at least make the content useful to your audience. Don't feed them something that isn't genuinely going to help them, because even some of the most saturated niches are carefully curated accounts, and they are still going to get recommended some of this random nonsense. And there is so much going on with TikTok. There is now TikTok Notes, the possibility of TikTok being banned. Even UMG has signed an agreement with TikTok again. Sad days to everyone that replaced the audio on the muted videos. But what should you do instead? You need to focus on your own insights and analytics. Look at the content you've already created and see what's performing well. Pay attention to the comments, the shares and saves on your posts. This information is far more valuable because it reflects your audience's genuine interest on the content you produce. Experiment with the different types of content within your niche and see what resonates instead of chasing the algorithm-driven trends. Stay true to your brand and your message. This will not only help you build a more loyal and engaged following, but also ensure that you're creating content that you enjoy and are passionate about. I just wanted to share my thoughts about the creative search insights on TikTok because I have only been hearing positive things about it. And honestly, I just don't feel the same way. But let me know, have you found it useful? Or are you like me who's getting recommended complete nonsense that isn't helping you in any way? Anyways, that's it. Like always, keep creating, keep experimenting, and I'll catch you in the next video.